Hey, yo, everybody. Did you see John Ross in the 4.22? Damn, that boy's fast. I'll tell you what, that was very impressive. I got a chance to watch the receivers. I got a lot of thoughts on it. I was disappointed in some guys, and I was very impressed with a couple other guys. John Ross, obviously impressive. Obviously, an amazing run. 4.22, loved it. Wanted to see Mike Williams run the 40. He didn't. He's going to run on his pro day, and I definitely think that is going to make a huge difference. For the Eagles, we're picking at 14. I only see two wide receivers that we could go with at that point if we decide to go that route. But let me give you my top 5. At number 5, I have nobody officially. Going into the combine, I like Juju Smith. I liked him. I thought that he would run a little faster, and he didn't. I thought he was an early second-round pick. He'll probably still go late second, early third. And if I have to lean to one person at the 5th spot, it would probably be him. But I was very impressed with Chris Godwin. He impressed me with all of his runs and catch, and everything at the combine was impressive. And I also enjoyed watching him at Penn State this year, so I know who he is. I think he's a very, very, very big sleeper, Chris Godwin. But if I had to press on it today, I would go Juju Smith. But Chris Godwin's a guy definitely to watch. At the number 4 spot, I got Zay Jones. Zay Jones impressed me also. I was very impressed with him, and I actually had Cooper Kupp probably at the 4th spot. But I didn't like his 40. He ran like a 4.6. It was very slow, and Zay Jones was very impressive. I didn't know how fast Zay Jones was until he ran the 40. So I'm very impressed with him. I think he could be a very good receiver. I see him, Chris Godwin, as guys who could go and be very good in this league. I think they have a lot of talent, and I think Godwin is definitely going to be probably like a 4th round pick, 3rd round pick, and I think he could be a sleeper. But Zay Jones may go at the end of the 1st. I think he may go at the end of the 1st. I like Zay Jones. He's my 4th best wide receiver. Now for my 3rd best. My 3rd best just ran by, and he keeps running and running and running. John Ross, 4.22. Dang, man, that's fast. He is fast. A lot of people think he looks like Deshaun Jackson. To me, he's more of a Brandon Cooks, because he's a little thicker, weighs a little more. But that was impressive. I mean, he ran and then just left. That was great. I mean, he did hurt himself, and his problem is his durability. And he did pull up limp after that run. So I think that'll be the biggest knock on him. But I clearly see him as a number 1, 1st round pick. Definitely. I wouldn't pick him at 14 if I was the Eagles. But I do think he's a 1st rounder. At my number 2 spot, which is really, really hard because I'm really struggling with my 1-2. A few weeks ago, I would have told you Mike Williams is clearly the number 1 wide receiver. But as I've gone back and looked at Corey Davis, I can't help but be more and more impressed with him, to the point where, I think I'm just holding out to see that 40 by Mike Williams to make a decision. But Corey Davis is really, really good, and I'm going to put him at my number 2. I think he's still number 2, but I got to see that 40. I got to see Mike Williams run the 40. If it's close to Corey Davis, I'll probably keep him at the number 1 spot. But if it's not good, Corey Davis is going to my number 1 spot. But for right now, I'll put Corey Davis at my number 2, and I think that the Eagles would be lucky to pick him at 14. I would love that pick. And then, as you know, my number 1 is Mike Williams. Mike Williams is my number 1 based upon what he did with Clemson and the level of competition, the size and the strength that he has. And if he can show that he has breakaway speed, then he's clearly my number 1. Otherwise, I would put Corey Davis above him. But for right now, I'm going to have Mike Williams be my number 1. He may fall to the Eagles at 14. I would love that too. So that's where I'm at right now. My number 1 is Mike Williams. My number 2 is Corey Davis. My number 3 is John Ross. My number 4 is Zay Jones. And my number 5th, we'll say slightly, is still Juju Smith because I like him. But Chris Godwin is breathing down his throat really, really fast. Take care. I'll see you later. We'll talk about these beautiful highly skilled, deep defensive backs later on. Talk to you later.